If you have ever wondered why Texas is rich, well, in a way we've prostituted our state out. Welcome to Houston, Texas, the fourth largest city in the United States with a population of 2.3 million people. It's considered by some to be one of the ugliest cities in the country also. It's full of industry and oil. But this is a necessary evil for the United States way of life. Every time we walk into our house, turn the lights on, set this thermostat, or get in our cars and drive wherever we want to go, or buy something at the store that was manufactured in a big factory, it runs on oil. And that's what this city's all about. It's like a spaghetti bowl of pipelines distributing energy to the rest of the country so that we can live the life that we do live. So all of this industry, in my eyes, is beautiful. It's the logistics that it takes to run our lives. And according to a CNN article published August 23rd, 2018, the Houston Galveston port has finally started exporting more oil than it imports. The U.S., however, is still dependent on foreign oil, importing about 8 million of the 20 million barrels it uses every day. Personally, I think we should focus on renewables, but that process can only happen so quick, and there's even people that don't like those either. And drilled a whole lot of it and pumped a lot of oil out, and that's where the majority of the money comes from in Texas, and it is all funneled through this river. There's refineries on that river where imported oil comes in and is turned into gasoline, which is it's added with a bunch of water, like 10 times as much as crude, up to 10 times as much as crude, and then put on ships and sent back out or in a pipeline. There are massive numbers of pipelines like this one right beside me that splinter out all over the United States. I'm going to try to find a map of all the pipelines, and the spider web will blow your mind. I'm going to guess you probably didn't know those existed, because I didn't until I actually started researching it. And it's mind-blowing, but pipelines are super efficient. It moves slow. I think crude travels at something like 10 miles an hour through a pipeline, but it's 24/7, 365, and very rarely does anything go wrong. Unlike putting semis on the road or even hauling it by train, which is much cheaper than putting it in a truck. Well, that's Interstate 610. I would love to get a shot from up there, but we just flew the drone over it, and it's frustrating, man, getting shots like that and knowing that they can't be used in something that would go on a big screen just because the camera is not of a high enough quality. But the idea of borrowing a $10,000 drone and possibly losing it, well, that's a little out of my budget. I know I've talked about the Mavic 2. Maybe, one of these days it's going to break down. Oh, speaking of, one other thing. So I got a couple emails earlier and got some jobs lined up in January and November, which is like super relieving. It is a huge weight off of my chest knowing that there's work coming, and I also got paid for some. Even more than the money, it tells me that what I did is appreciated. Like, that is kind of what money is. It's proof that our purpose in life is being fulfilled. We're getting way out there with that, but that's why I talk about money so much. And I better get out of here because this is a secure area. I'm not in the secure area, I'm on the side of the road, but they're gonna get curious at some point. They might think I'm a terrorist flying a drone. Did y'all see that? They're all brand new cars, wrapped up, waiting to be sent to dealerships, and I guess that's how they come off of boats. I've never seen that before. I love industrial stuff. It's just big, cool, super efficient. Like, it's inspiring. It's where electric cars need to go. and so many other things. Something happened to the inverter and it crashed last night. When I put a meter on it, I'm only getting 3 volts if the batteries are connected to the inverter, like on the posts on the back. And then if I take the cables off and I check them, I'm getting 13, which is what it's supposed to be. I have no idea how to check an inverter. So I think replacing it's the only option, and then maybe sending it back to Amazon. This is a Hytrol. It was like $180. It had pretty good reviews. There were some people that complained about it failing early, and I think that's what's happened on this one. I mean, it's been great till now, and I am addicted to having electricity in this van. I got this thing for Harbor Freight. I love it because there's lots of tools, but they all suck. And this place is like Harbor Freight with good tools. Gotta do a burger. For $80 more, I could have gotten, we're about to blow out, an extended warranty for 2 years on top of the one that it comes with. But for $350, $80, I mean, that's like 20% of the purchase. A little less than 20%, but I guess I'm just crossing my fingers that this one's built right. I don't know how often these power inverters go out if you're really using them a lot. So the biggest difference in the new Strongway inverter versus the Hytrol, which is the old one, is that it has an input voltage and output wattage. There's also 3 breakers on the front, and this one requires 2 cables. So I've been asked what my least favorite part of van life is, and I'll tell you, it's this. Houston takes industrial to a whole new level. I had fun shooting all that stuff. I think some of it has the potential to be stock video. The people that shoot stock video and actually sell it put some freaking bomb clips on there, man. Like, you gotta have something really good or very unique to sell anything. Just finished editing yesterday's vlog, and like, I'm starting to think that maybe we should do this more often, you know, as long as there's no paying gigs coming through. And fixing the inverter means that we got this whole rig, the office, rocking back in the van, yo. Don't know what's happening next, but I usually don't tell y'all plans. We just go out and do it, right? So I love you guys. I hope you have a great night, and I will see y'all when I see ya, which should be very soon.